each had become. Nobody ever mentioned the binges, the withdrawal when the money had run out, or how many men or women they'd had to fuck to stay high. Addiction was ugly. Ignoring it was even uglier. But that was what I did every time I walked away. I missed the person Mick used to be. I missed the guy who had sober conversations without losing his train of thought or stopping mid-sentence because he needed another hit. The one who talked about buying a house outside city limits so his daughter could have more space to grow up. God, he talked about that all the time. Now, he merely existed in a hazy fog, and those goals were long gone. I knew it was only a matter of time before it all caught up to him, and he was gone too. That was how it worked around here. And I knew when that day came, I'd have Mick's back, dead or alive. I'd pick up the pieces he left behind and make something out of them. Just because his life was slipping away didn't mean Winnie had to lose hers too. Maybe I couldn't control Mick. I couldn't force him to quit and get clean. Not as long as he was controlled by Tess, the most powerful drug on the market. But I could fight for Winnie. I'd never stop fighting for her. Chapter 1. Trey. This isn't how it ends, Win. You're not getting on that stage. I say to myself as I stare at the bar flyer with Winnie's face plastered across the front of it. Ace told me I could trust him, but trust doesn't involve an underage girl stripping for money. He has flyers all over the park, and because of him, whatever anonymity Winnie had left is gone. In a matter of 24 hours, he managed to turn the sweetest girl in Carillon into trailer trash. And she hasn't even stepped on stage yet. I failed her. I'd thought I had it all figured out, that if I watched as best I could, I'd be able to shield her from the wolves and keep them out of her room. But this isn't about Jax trying to sneak into her room anymore. This is about her body and her soul, the two most precious gifts she has left. I wanted her to have choices in life, so that when she grew up, she'd believe she could go anywhere and do anything. Nothing about Tess, her dad, or this shitty trailer park would hold her back. But for Winnie to do something as insane as dancing, her back must be up against a wall. And once I find out why, Ace, Tess, and whoever else is involved will remember why I'm so good at my job. When I pull up to the whip, Ace is getting out of his car. His head's down, and he's not paying attention. My fists tighten inside my leather riding gloves. Images of his smashed skull flash through my mind. But a quick and painless death would be too kind. He deserves slow and painful. What I have in mind resembles torture, because he deserves to feel the sting of Winnie's pain through every inch of his body. You can't kill him until he talks, Trey. And not until you find Winnie. I take a deep breath and alternate my footsteps with his. The pattern of my boots hitting the pavement after his makes him slow down and glance over his shoulder. What do you want, Trey? Ace's tone is calm. Way too calm for what he's done. I flip the shield on the helmet so he can see my eyes. As soon as he gets a glimpse, his posture changes. This isn't a friendly visit. I'm not here to fill his pockets with money to pay for Winnie's shifts, or to remind him to keep her fed. This visit is personal. I get as close to his face as I can, pressing my helmet against his forehead. He stumbles in the gravel, and then squares his shoulders. I'm not the least bit intimidated when I say, "You could have any girl in Carillon on that stage, Ace. Why fuck with Winnie?" He shrugs, and that pisses me off even more. Winnie's reputation is on the line. It's not like he's asking her to tend the bar or wait tables. He's making her get on stage and strip. That'll change her life more than living with Tess ever could. Because one song underneath the lights, and what's left of her spirit will die. She's an 8 count away from becoming Tess. You'd better start talking, I tell him.
Because Tess said so.